How to fix computer is currently offline error in EAFC26. Welcome back to Tenabalta. Today, we are tackling a critical network communication failure that prevents you from launching your game, specifically the notorious offline error. During our investigation into EAFC26, we encountered the exact same block where the system falsely flags your active internet connection as offline. Our technical team immediately deployed a series of diagnostics to isolate the root cause between the EA app, Epic Games integration, and local Windows networking configurations. We discovered that this issue stems from a desynchronization between your local credential token and the central Electronic Arts authentication servers. By carefully analyzing the network handshake process, Tenabalta has developed a comprehensive sequence of advanced fixes to forcefully restore your connection. Follow every single technical step in this guide, precisely as we lay them out to permanently resolve this authentication blockage. The very first diagnostic step requires verifying the external Electronic Arts server infrastructure to rule out global outages. Tenabalta's analysis revealed that local troubleshooting is useless if the central authentication nodes are currently dropping packets or undergoing maintenance. You must navigate to the official EA server status page to confirm that all services are fully operational before proceeding. Once server stability is confirmed, we need to manually sever your current local session token. Open your EA app, navigate to your profile, and execute a complete sign-out rather than simply closing the application window. This forces the client to request a fresh authentication token during the next launch cycle. Our testing showed that virtual private networks and third-party routing software heavily interfere with the EA anti-cheat handshake. You must completely terminate any active VPN connections, proxy applications, or custom DNS routing tools currently running in the background. Ensuring a direct and unfiltered connection to your primary internet service provider is mandatory for the next steps. Next, we must prevent these network-altering applications from masking your hardware ID during system boot. Open your Windows Task Manager, navigate to the Startup tab, and aggressively disable all VPNs, network optimizers, and non-essential background services. This guarantees a clean network environment when the system initializes. With the startup environment purified, initiate a full system reboot to clear the volatile memory cache. Upon returning to the desktop, do not launch any secondary game launchers yet, but instead manually open the EA app as an administrator. Input your credentials manually to generate a brand new session token directly from the host server. If the offline error persists, Tenabalta's diagnostics point toward a corrupted local profile configuration file. You will need to navigate to your system's documents folder and locate the specific directory allocated for EAFC26. This folder houses vital offline configuration data that frequently conflicts with cloud saves. Before making any destructive modifications, it is imperative to secure your current data. Copy the entire settings folder found within the game's directory and paste it onto your desktop as a secure backup. This ensures that your career mode saves and controller mappings remain protected during our surgery. After securing the backup, permanently delete the original settings folder from the documents directory. This action effectively strips the game of its corrupted local network memory and forces it into a factory default state. Do not worry about losing access, as the cloud will synchronize your vital account data upon a successful connection. Launch the game executable directly so the engine can rebuild the missing directory framework from scratch. By generating a fresh profile, you eliminate any syntax errors within the previous configuration files that were falsely reporting an offline status. This rebuilt profile establishes a completely clean pathway to the activation servers. If the application still fails to read your network adapter, we must escalate to repairing the core windows. Tenabalta discovered that a desynchronization between Windows networking components and the EA app is a massive contributor to this failure. We will utilize the deployment. Click on your Windows search bar, type in CMD, and critically, execute the command prompt as an administrator. Standard user privileges will not grant the necessary access to rewrite core operating system files. You must see the elevated system path in the console window before proceeding. Inside the terminal, carefully type the command dism/online/cleanup image exactly as it appears here, respecting the spaces. Press Enter and allow the system to cross-reference your local files with the official Microsoft Update servers. This operation will actively detect and patch any corrupted network libraries, preventing the EA app from seeing your internet connection. Let the DISM tool reach 100% completion, which may take several minutes depending on your storage drive speed. Do not interrupt this process or close the console window, as doing so can cause severe registry corruption. Once finished, it will notify you of any corrupted files that were successfully restored. Following the Windows image repair, our testing confirmed that aggressive Windows Defender or third-party antivirus firewalls occasionally quarantine the EA activation protocol. You must navigate to your Windows security dashboard and temporarily disable real-time protection and domain firewall rules. This creates a temporary unmonitored corridor for the game to ping the EA activation servers. We also found that Epic Games launcher integrations sometimes fail to parse the offline token correctly to the EA app. If you purchase the game through Epic, completely exit their launcher from the system tray hidden icons. Relaunch the Epic Games client strictly with administrator privileges to force a proper background handshake with Electronic Arts. An incredibly crucial discovery made by Tenabalta during our final testing phase involves system memory retention. After applying the network and firewall resets, do not restart your computer immediately, as a reboot can sometimes re-trigger the restrictive security policies. Attempt to launch the game directly while the temporary network corridor remains actively open in the current session. If the game successfully bypasses the offline error and reaches the main menu, your new connection token is now permanently authorized. You can safely re-enable your Windows Defender and firewall settings without risking a secondary lockout. The EA servers have now successfully paired your hardware ID with your active Internet Protocol address. Don't forget to follow Tenabalta for more.